Good. Now let's see. I guess you're fine, if what you're trying to do is fail the class. Come on now. You know as well as I do, it's not an easy class. We've been doing this for a while now, and I've seen you improve, but we're gonna have to try even harder. Look here. Try this one. Now, instead of doing it like you did last time, tell me why you do each motion. Yeah, I get it. I don't really like the subject either. That doesn't mean we don't have a use for it. We're college students now. It's not like it was in high school. It's more like a whirlwind of non-stop classes. And I get it. You feel overwhelmed. I did too. Sometimes you have to be your own hero. This time I'll be yours. Maybe next time you'll be someone else's. What? Am I talking like an old man? Well, maybe it's because I'm thinking about my future, which seems to be the unpopular opinion. You know, I want a job that I'm not gonna hate. In order to do that, sometimes it requires a lot more studying, a lot more planning. It's been a while since I've even managed to see Coda, now that we're living in the dorms, but I'm getting sidetracked. Come on, try again. See, you had it up until the third step. Look here. It's easy if you think about it, how to say it? Like a puzzle piece. Each one has its place, but they don't make sense until they're all together. Some people don't even understand it after they've done it right. I think if you want the most out of it, you're gonna have to really think about why you're doing it. I get it, it's tough. You're doing fine. Just, we can't get complacent. Otherwise, we won't make it into the universities we want. I mean, we're here for a while, but is that all we're gonna do? You never know. Worse yet, there's a lot about life that makes it all kinds of complicated. And I know that things have been kind of complicated for you. But let's simplify it. For now, I think what you need is a break. And I've got just the thing. Don't be surprised if I make a nice little snack for you. Don't get too distracted now. I know the form of me cooking is just the most attractive thing in the world, but still. How's it been, dorm life? Have you had yourself a good time so far? I'd say it's been pretty alien for me. A lot more social interaction than I'm used to. A lot more meetings and things that need to get done. Stress. I don't have time for stress, I guess. Maybe sometimes, but most of that time it's dedicated to convincing myself I'm not. What? It works pretty good, you know. You don't always have to make it so detail-oriented, even if the workload is. What? Come on, don't give me that face. You look like you're giving up on it. You know, there's a lot of people every day that seem to give up. I don't know. Maybe I'm strange, but I just can't. Maybe it's 'cause I got you. You know, depending on me. I agreed to help you, but I can't do everything for you. I know you know that. Say, why don't we take a break and go get a coffee? Maybe it seems a little bit like too much of a distraction, but maybe it's just what you need. There's that new coffee shop that opened down the street. It's pretty classy, just off campus. If you ask me, they're personally targeting me. I feel attacked. What? It's wounding. Wouldn't you feel attacked if they made something just for you? Well, maybe I'm not complaining. Maybe instead I'm saying it's a good excuse for us to get to know each other. These tutoring sessions haven't been exactly the best time for that. We've had a clear-cut goal, and we didn't really have too much of a understanding, a feel for each other, no. It was simple. I gave you what you needed, or at least tried to. Sometimes it feels so distant, that goal we're searching for. And yet at the same time, it's nice. I like having a goal that's a little distant. Is that weird? Maybe it is. Somehow I just don't care. Maybe it's just 'cause I need something to distract me from all the troubled things. And you might just be it. You and classwork. Don't stress that. I realize I'm a year ahead of you. That doesn't change anything, really. At most, it just means the classes are a little crazy. Besides, time flies when you're having fun. I had someone help me, too. Even if I don't like to admit it. And look at you. You're giving them a run for their money. You're helping me in your own way and just adding to the college life, I guess. Now, enough talking. Let's start walking. Come on, doesn't a nice iced coffee sound good? It's been such hot days lately. Oh, really? I didn't take you for someone like that, but I guess tea's just as good. Got a favorite? Not bad. I think my favorite tea is chai. So I've always wondered, is that stuff really tea? Or is it just some kind of off-brand coffee? What? Usually tea doesn't have that much flavor. Me, hopeless. You can say that after you ace the test. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. Besides, you've been looking a little stressed, so maybe this is just the pep talk you need. I think you got a lot of potential. And honestly, it's been a pleasant diversion. No, don't worry about that. I agreed to it because you asked me. What? Has anyone been giving you trouble? I'm not some kind of bouncer or anything, but I can at least hear you out if they are. Well, it's fine. Visiting hours are still wide open. We've got all day, really, since it's only about midday. Well, yeah. It's been nice seeing you smile for a change. You always look so serious. Not that I'm complaining. You have a cute, serious face, what can I say? And I guess I just found out. You have a pretty cute, vexed face, too. Too much fun. Maybe I am having too much fun. But somehow I just don't care. I'm here to do both what I feel is my duty and what's my hobby now. What? Are you ashamed of being my hobby? I'm a pretty good student, nearly an honor roll. That says something. I didn't get there by those nasty means that some did. You know, the fraternity and sorority. I don't know, I don't trust them. Especially who's leading them. Yeah, you guessed it, an annoying person. But luckily they don't really show their face around here. Too busy off doing something or another, being the popular kids. Me, jealous? Not at all. If anything, I pity them. Usually from families that don't really pay attention to them. They get out of hand and, well, maybe I'm speaking too much on it. Here, right out this door. Alright. Now that we're outside, it's pretty close. Just watch your step. What? It's not like you've had an entire year to walk up and down these steps. You know, one time, that Kirishima kid ended up falling down once. He was fine, but he was trying to carry too much, show off how manly he is. I think manliness isn't shown off. It's just expressed naturally. I'm pretty manly, aren't I? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's not tutoring related, but maybe it's still important. Maybe. This way. And let's see if I can find it. It just opened, so it should be. Oh, it's right down here. Here, you can hold my hand. Don't want to? Well, suit yourself, I guess. Unless I, steal it. Then what are you gonna do? Yank it out of my hand? Well, I guess it is embarrassing. Never mind. Here we are. After you. Ah, you can already smell the coffee. I told you it was close. I don't know if you really appreciate the aesthetic of it, but it calms me a little. I didn't expect it to be this calming, I'll be honest. It's been something of a great first impression, I guess. Hey. Wait a second. Do we know that waiter? I think we do. That's... Speak of the devil. Mr. Falls a lot.
Hey, is that Hitoshi? How's it going, man? Haven't seen you since I went to that sports meet.
Yeah, been busy. Tutoring this one over here. A smart kid. Still needs to learn a lot, though.
Well, my grades would be disastrous if not for my, well, your help and my adaptability. Yeah, this guy's a quality piece of work. Ever since he helped me, I've been passing almost all my classes.
Almost all of them?
Well, yeah, there's some that I still can't get, okay? But I made up for them with my sports. I got a scholarship. Gonna be playing in some nice soccer.
Oh, brother. But, like, did you get a good scholarship for it or what?
Well, I just took it. What, are you supposed to be selective on these things? I thought you just take them.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Anyways, getting sidetracked here. What can I get you to?
I'd like a triple shot mocha with cream, sugar, and cinnamon.
All right, sounds good. And for you? Gotcha. Sounds great. I'll get those for you.
Well, didn't expect that one. Guess it's fine, you know. A little bit strange, but everyone needs a part-time job these days. What? Me? Guess I just haven't had time. Sure, I get donations sometimes. I wouldn't call it sustained income. I'm lucky enough to be able to have my college paid for me, though I still feel bad about it. Though I guess it's not really feeling bad, it's more like I feel obligated to do my best. Make those that help me out really believe in me. And so I don't seem ungrateful. Yeah, you know what I mean. You gotta make sure to do your best now, too. Besides, I guess I kind of got real fond of spending time with you, and what am I saying? Doesn't have anything to do with it. Just ignore me. No, I'm definitely not blushing. It's just I kind of missed my thought and rambled on. Hey, what do you mean I'm always doing that? Come on now. You know that's not how it works. Whatever. You really like to have your fun with me, don't you? No, I think I do have an idea. You may be silly, but you're smart too. I gotta be careful around your type. It may not be any kind of a battle, but never forget, I'm watching you. What, did that sound creepy? I hope not.
And your order's up. Here you two are. Enjoy. Oh, and by the way, you two going to the dance?
No, not that I know of. Actually, that makes me curious. Who'd you get to go to the dance, Kiri?
Well, I didn't think that far yet, but I just thought it might be fun to go. Wait, how'd you know I was going?
People don't usually ask if they're not going someplace.
Well, I guess you caught me. We'll see about it. I'm sure someone's gonna want to go with the new soccer star.
You never know. Try your best out there, man.
Only always. You two enjoy now.
Well, I guess he's got charisma. That's for sure.
I heard that. But thanks for the compliment.
Well, I guess it's right. Shouldn't be rude. Talking about people. I'd much rather talk about you. You know, the whole point of this was to get to know you. What brought you to this campus anyways? I'm sure if you put your heart into it, you could get in anyone you want. But why this one? I see. So it's a family reason. I can understand that. Just make sure you don't lose sense of yourself. I did that once. Turned out real nasty. You never know how upset you are at it till years later. Kind of like a slow burn. And I wouldn't want that for you. Me? I guess I ended up here because I wanted to study medicine. I wanted to help people feel better. Because all my life I'd been taken care of or made a difference. Though, it's kind of funny how I went into medicine and ended up in veterinary care. Now call it what you will, but I think it's just as respectable. Really? You think so too? Well, that means a lot that you love animals too. I've always enjoyed them. Their company, their fun little noises and happy little sounds. Just taking care of them. Say maybe sometime we could go visit the animal shelter. Give a nice pup or cat sometime. You know, not a lot of people do that these days. But it's okay. I think it's best once they get adopted anyways. But I still worry for them. By the way, how's the drink? I had to wait for mine to cool down. You must not have a cat's tongue, which is surprising in its own right. You're just full of surprises, aren't you? Though I like that about you. Whenever I think I know all of you, you always seem to pull out something new. Like that story you told me the other day. I still can't believe you came that close to getting hurt. I'm really glad you didn't, though. What? Did you expect me not to care? Not to remember? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not that type of person. Never will be. When there's someone who I'm even kinda close with, I spend most of my time just trying to make you have a better day, have some hope, you name it. Maybe it's 'cause I always liked the animals that always smiled back. So, silly me treats friendships that way, and I think anything, really. Does that make me a weirdo? I can see why I wasn't too popular in high school. I was always more concerned with justifying myself, not others. Not trying to be someone for someone else. Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, sure, I gave in to peer pressure sometimes, but it wasn't the big things. Just little things that kind of made me ask myself why. But you know what? That's fine. By the way, if you're not going anywhere after this, after we get done tutoring, maybe we could just sit there and talk until curfew. I know. You have to get to your dorm. Shame we're not all in one building. It's whatever. I understand how it works, and I guess it's just like you help break that loneliness. Even if we're doing something that could be considered business, doesn't take away from how you always have a wit about you. You may not see it. In fact, I'm sure you don't. That's fine. Who said anything about you recognizing that? If you don't want to, that's none of my business. I'm just recognizing it for myself. Still gonna raise a stink? Too bad then. You're not gonna win this argument. You know, when I was little, I used to always drink real hot cocoa. And I would always breathe out when it was winter time. Try and make it seem like I was a dragon blowing fire. What? I really liked those stories. They always made me feel special. Like someday I could be that knight. Though I never really knew a way to put it into action. Just a whole bunch of feelings and thoughts that never really added up. And that's fine. I guess it just adds to the mystery of it. Life, that is. But look at me talking about all this philosophical stuff. Was your childhood okay? It never is just a straightforward story, though. There's always those silver linings and those low lows. And I don't think it's really appropriate for me to ask anything further unless you're especially wanting to tell it. Your life story is your own. You share it when you damn well please. Rest will fall in place, okay? Please, just relax. I'm glad you like it, though. It feels special being out in such a lively place, not feeling completely out of the ordinary and out of place. I think it's thanks to you. You got that charisma about you. You almost make me seem like I'm just an average Joe. Maybe that's what I want. I never really knew, one way or the other, what it is I wanted out of life, other than to be that hero of animals, that good person in the eyes of the people I care about. But maybe there's more to it. Maybe that's just the start of things. You never know. Wouldn't be the first time someone has a change of heart. I just hope mine is in a good way. Really warms me up. I was gonna get a nice latte, you know. But something about the nostalgia of the hot cocoa and a triple mocha just changed it. On the spot. Did you know if you eat or drink spicy or hot temperature things on a hot day, it'll actually help you feel cooler once you go outside for some reason or not. I read it on the internet somewhere, but can't for the life of me remember where. Think it was pretty credible, though. So here's hoping I'm not a buffoon. Now let's be on our way. See you later, Kiri.
Hey, you two take care. Maybe I'll see you at the dance.
Ciao. Well, I guess we should get back to work once we get home. Though I can't help but feel that there's something on your mind. Something that you want to say. Just say it. What do you mean you can't say it here? Well, I guess that's fine. There's no sense in rushing things. Bet you it's a question. Mind if I ask if it's wondering about why my hair is like it is? Because if you ask that one, I'm not sure what to tell you. I just like it wild. Feels more like me than when I put it down. Feels like I'm trying to blend in, instead of just being myself. Does it make you surprised to hear such a ordinary explanation? Or am I completely off from what you're asking? Well, glad to know I was in the ballpark. And after you? Not bad. I guess it's just I get lost in thoughts sometimes, and I was just thinking about asking what you want to do. I see. Well, it's okay to be unsure. And honestly, if you consider that sure, then that's fine too. There's no right or wrong way to go about it. Right now, what you should be worrying about is that test. And I don't mean literally worry. That wastes time. Time and effort you could use to improve. Which I know you fully intend to. Now come on. We're almost back. Watch your step. Last thing we want is for you to hurt yourself. Here. Don't worry about embarrassment. I'm holding your hand because I'm not losing my understudy. Well, I guess that's not even what we'd call you. I don't even know the word for it. But my tutoring partner. Whatever you want to call it. Come on. Easy does it. And we're here. Here we go. Home sweet dorm. Now it looks like we have just a bit of time. Well, more than a bit. But look, I'm gonna be real with you. It's gonna take a lot. More dedication. More time. Sometimes what you've been doing, it's good. It really is. But I want to see more of how you get creative with it. That may sound like a funny thing to say, but given that it's theoretical, you can do some fun stuff with it, since it's not just arbitrary numbers. Not anymore. I like to find random things with it. The velocity of a pencil when you throw it. The exact speed upon which you'd have to slide down a railing in order to break through a door. Those kinds of things. The speed and mass equations. And maybe I'm getting sidetracked, but could it be you're just bored with the application? There's no shame in that. I think it's fine. I get bored with things all the time. Usually when I get too bored with them, I don't even want to bother. Heck, the only way I do, the only reason I do, is because I feel like if I don't, I'm not doing anything at all, and that makes me feel guilty. I'm not saying you should feel that way, because I can see you busting your butt. But that doesn't really, change it. Well, I know I said I'd make snacks before, but if you are a bit peckish, I could. I guess I just kind of decided it'd take too long. I wanted some coffee. Oh well. Now, go ahead and try and solve these ones here. Give me a little scenario. You can tell me a whole story with them if you want. Maybe that'll make it interesting. I wonder if you're a left brainer or a right brainer. Hell, I don't even know which one I am. I like both, but I go back and forth between them so much I don't have a whole lot of chance to really master things. I'm more like a jack of all trades. Though, saying any other way, it just sounds like I'm wishy-washy. And I wouldn't want you to think your tutor's not trying his best. 'Cause I am. And I know how much effort you put in. Never feel bad about that. You know, as much as we stress over school, it's kind of ironic. It's just there to teach us things. At the end of the day, what's the difference between a C doctor and an A doctor? If they both end up in the same hospital. I always ask those questions, but then I realize it's kind of a simple answer. The difference is one won't have the same attitude with it. They won't have the pride in themselves to challenge their practice and become a better person. That's why the A is important. It's not really even a goal. It's a consequence of putting in more effort. And sure, it doesn't always work out. Nothing ever does. But that's the beauty of it too. The variables. Let's see what you did. Interesting. I'm surprised you could complete these while we were talking. Well, more like I was talking at you. Impressive. See, now you're making some headway. While they're not correct, you got plenty more steps right. So it's an issue of interest, is it? Well, then maybe we can... Well, would you look at that? Guess we can't study in the dark. That thunderstorm rolled in. So I guess we better stay in. Don't worry, I got a candle. I guess there's a whole lot worse people to be trapped in a room together with one candle. What? Don't feel the same? Wait a second. What did you say? No, clearly I'm just reacting like anyone would. It's just flirting with me. That's I'm not sure how to take that. Blushing? No, of course not. You can't see anything. Don't lie to me. Yeah, so what if you can hear it? Stuttering doesn't mean anything. You just caught me off guard. And maybe I think that it was a pretty good flirt. Did you think of that one on the spot, or was it contrived? Interesting. So you've been thinking about this for a little bit. I guess I'm impressed. Certainly caught me off guard. Oh, hey. I've got just the thing for you. Making things less boring. Let's see. Perfect. Just like that. Candle will illuminate things. And if you use this, now makes a kaleidoscope around the room. It's a pretty primitive thing, but I got it from my grandfather. It was, I guess, sort of a relic of the past, but you could use this to make a light show. You just wind it up like this, and it plays a music box theme. Just like that. And then the light shimmies around the room. I personally always thought it was quite romantic. Something that made me feel less alone when I felt empty. You know, I felt like that for a lot of my life. I didn't really have any strong desire. Struggled with apathy. Didn't really have a place, felt angst, the usual teenage drama. But what didn't happen with me is it never really stopped. I still have a sense of self, but it's not complete, it's not entire. It's like a foggy mirror. Like when you look into it, you can see hazy colors, but nothing truly defining. You ever feel like that? Or is it just me? I guess everyone feels like that sometimes. Even if it's just a little bit. Do you think it's bad to try and be honest to people who you know don't want the honesty? I don't mean that in a rude way. But more of like that thing friends do that I never understood. Why is it when someone asks you how to solve a problem, sometimes you give them what you see as the best choice, and then they tell you you're insensitive to them? I never understood it. I was only trying to help. But I guess it's not the answer that they're looking for. They want to know that you feel for them, that you're sorry for them or whatever. And if you give them a solution too soon, they just can't handle it. Sorry, I was rambling again. It's just something about the romantic lighting, the music box, the ambiance of you, breathing. It all just makes me so calm, yet a bit melancholy. If only 'cause there's so much I don't know how to say yet. But I want you to hear me. And maybe, just maybe, hear me out for a minute. I'm sitting in the dark amidst a storm, beside the most witty, troublesome student, or whatever you want to call it, I've ever had. And you know what? You're a handful. Just enough handful to make my heart beat faster, too. You're a tricky one, you know that? You make me feel like I'm not alone in the world, which is an odd feeling for me. I'm so used to doing everything alone these days. And while I've tutored others, I didn't really have that sense of vulnerability, that sense of you being another person, and I want you to know, for what it's worth, I think you're cute as hell. Wow, was that too much? Maybe I can fight back, even if you got me with a sucker punch earlier. Don't think the war's over already. I won't go down without a fight now. Oh, don't give me that. You know all's fair. I don't even need to finish the statement. Come on. Want to test your luck? Fine then. Since we can't study or leave, why don't we have a bit of a game of truth or dare? What? Don't trust me? What do you think I am, some kind of maniac? Just because we're together doesn't change anything. And just because we're alone just makes it more special. Is that what you expected? Or what? You think I'm some kind of beast of a man who's just gonna leap on you like that? Don't tell me. Is that a hint of disappointment in that look? Well, maybe I have my work cut out for me. Maybe, just maybe, I'll have to teach you another lesson. We'll see about that. Now, who goes first? Looks like you do. Coin never lies. Not bad. I guess it's a pretty worthy dare. Do you have a particular preference for how I fulfill it? To make you laugh, I mean, it's so vague. Though I guess it's what I'd expect from you. Just a bit. Don't regret your choice, though. What? Can't handle the tickles? Come on. You know I'm good at this. And why are you fighting back? That isn't the dare. There, I made you laugh. Is that what you wanted? Well, too bad I did it. Pout all you want. I have a dare for you. Why don't you give me a kiss? What? Want me to close my eyes? Oh, don't get like that. We're just enjoying ourselves. Do you really think that I'm such a playboy? One that doesn't even talk to anybody else, really? Come on, you know me better than that. You know, it was a trick question. I never set my lips. You know, you're kind of easy to read. And a dare's a dare. But I wonder, what is it you see in me? Whatever it is, I hope I don't disappoint.